us to our exhibition.
We hope to take you on a journey back in time to the 1940s.
We have been looking at the big question, how were the World Wars a significant turning point in British history?
Today we'll be focusing on World War II, specifically what Britain did during World War II to protect its people.
World War II started in September 1939 when Germany, led by a man called Hitler, invaded Poland.
Across the world, so many people's lives were affected. Loved ones were killed, houses and possessions destroyed, and many other atrocities.
Just a couple of things to remember before your virtual tour starts.
Please enjoy our learning and pause and re-watch as many times as you like.
Listen carefully to the information each group gives you.
At the end of the virtual tour, please send us a positive note via the children's account for a group that impressed you and taught you something about World War II.
This could include a positive message about what you liked and what you think went well. We will share these in class.
Here is the email address your virtual tour awaits.
At the start of the war, Britain was importing more than 2/3 of its food from overseas. When supply ships were coming into the country, they were targeted by German bombers, and it became necessary for Britain to conserve as much as food as possible. People needed to become more creative with supplies, and they had to begun to grow more of their food. The rationing of food began in January 1940 and lasted until 1954, which was actually 9 years after the war had ended.
Come on kids, it's time to go shopping.
Oh good, I'm so hungry.
Have you got your ration book? Of course.
I'm the excuse now, Mum.
Only one each.
That's not enough. I love cheese. Well, we are only allowed to have 50 grams of cheese each week.
I mean, you put some of those sweets down. You can only have 75 grams of sweets each week.
What? Was it just food that was rationed?
No, lots of things are rationed, including fuel and clothes.
Was everything rationed?
Not everything, including fresh fruit, vegetables, bread and fish. But easy to get soup and water.
Every adult and child in Britain was given a gas mask in September 1939. Some animals, especially those in the armed forces, also had gas masks. Gas masks were issued with caution against attack by gas bombs. They came in a cardboard box for carrying them on and a strap for carrying them on your shoulder. People were instructed to keep their gas masks with them at all times and were the article given to evacuees.
Right.
1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16.
Well done. Now we're going to get started with our daily gas mask drill.
Oh, so boring having to do that.
Step 1. Remove gas mask from the box.
Step 2. Put mask on face.
Step 3. Check mask is fitting correctly.
It's so hard to breathe when wearing a mask.
That's because when you breathe in, the air is sucked through a filter.
It smells so bad.
The smell of rubber and disinfectant makes me feel sick.
Why do we need gas masks? No gas bombs have been dropped so far in World War II.
Because during the First World War, many people were blinded by the gas and struggled with their breathing.
In World War II, people needed to protect themselves from bombs being dropped by German aircraft. The 3 main air raid shelters, Anderson shelters, Morrison shelters and underground shelters. Anderson shelters were half buried in the ground with earth heaped on top of them to protect them from the bombs. Morrison shelters were made from very heavy steel and could be used as a dining table and put in the living room. Anyone could use underground shelters include caves, tunnels, tube stations and cellars. Depending on their size, people could seek shelter from anywhere to keep them safe. The family is sitting around what looks like a table.
Your mum, this tastes so good. What's in it?
Yeah, the sugar's
Oh no, I can hear air with warning.
Quick, get into your Morrison shelter.
I said
It's a bit squished in here. So, someone play a game of I Spy?
Yeah, sure. During World War II, the blackout was a nationwide effort to turn off all lights in towns and cities. It was devised as an event against German bombers so they could not be guided by the lights. The blackout was ordered on 1st September 1939, 2 days before the war broke out. Each home was given enough blackout material, which was usually a dark cotton fabric, to cover all of the windows in their home. Many small shops had to have an extra door fitted to stop lights from showing when people came in and out of the shop, and some large factories with glass roofs had to paint their entire roof black. Let's find out some more.
What time will the blackout start tonight?
I read on the chalkboard at the bottom of the road that starts at 6:30 p.m. tonight.
Quickly, close the curtains. Turn that light out! Why have to cover all the windows at night?
To make sure there are no light escapes. If German planes see any light, they may bomb us.
Turn that light out!
Street lamps are also switched off, and car headlights are covered except for narrow slits.
Isn't that dangerous?
Yes, many people have been injured in road accidents. Many have been hurt, tripping up, falling down, or bumping into things.
I've seen that white stripes have been painted on roads and lampposts. Also, some farmers have painted their cows white stripes, and as they are potential traffic hazards. You're coming with me!
At the start of the war, the government realised that cities were being targeted. They decided to encourage parents to send their children to safer rural locations. Parents had a list of things to pack for their children. Children had labels attached to them with their name, age and home address on them. Children were taken on trains or buses to the new locations. A person called the villaging officer would collect the children and take them to the village hall. People who had volunteered to take in the evacuees would walk amongst them and choose the ones who they liked the look of.
Wow, look at that view. I've never seen so many trees in my life.
Alfie, close your suitcase, we're nearly at our destination.
I'm just looking at my mum's packing. I've got a gas mask and underwear, pyjama, pencils, toothbrush, comb, a towel, soap, a flannel, handkerchief, and other comb.
Come on children, we're at our destination.
Where are we walking to?
We're walking to the village downtown hall to meet your new parents. We'll have to see. Stand. I need 2 strong horse wheels to help me with my farm. Just you 2. Is this all you have left? Look how dirty you are. When was the last time you had a wash?
I have a bath every summer, but I am the youngest of my 6 siblings, and they all have to use the water before me.
I guess not today.
For Remembrance Day, we wrote poems to help us to understand the importance of remembering. Some of us took our poems to Shell Corner Memorial and were able to read them as part of our remembrance service. During half term, the Year 6 children were challenged to represent their learning about ants and shelters. Here are some of their creations. As part of our DT lessons, we have been using wood to make a model World War II plane. We haven't finished yet, but here are some sneak peeks. At the beginning of Year 6, we wrote a leaflet informing caretakers of how to look after an evacuee. As part of learning all about the Blitz, we created a landscape piece of artwork that focused on blending and silhouette skills.